I've seen all good people turn their heads each day, so satisfied I'm on my way. I've seen all good people turn their heads each day, so satisfied I'm on my way.
A single deck of playing cards. Cut them, shuffle them well. For every one of 52, there is amazing stories to tell. Tales of triumph, tales of woe, tales grand and yet unheard. This tale, the one I tell today, it's true, yes, every word. The regal faces would adorn the cards are as real as you or I. They walk the earth, the jack, the king, the queen. The day one of such faces paid visit to our land was the most grand sight what eyes have ever seen.
'Cause it's time in time with your Thailand is news, it's captured.
He looks just like your playing card, a fat and jolly elf. Now if you take issue with that, why then go fuck yourself. 'Tis the king of cards and gambling who's quite cubic in his standing, and likes to try his hand in games of chance. An opponent not for fighting, but with clever hands of sleighting, he masters uninviting circumstance. To look at he, thine eyes will tell a story most untrue, for he looks just like the king inside the deck. One would assume that he would be a wizard of the cards. In truth, he plays cards terrible to heck. He's a man of countless blunders, a born loser at the game. His brain is just a wide and empty space. The only thing that falls behind his devoid stratagems, his god-awful pa-pa-pa poker face. To make up for his gambling skills, which are very, very poor, he limits his challenges to the dumb and children under 4. An extra insurance he doth take to assure he can't be beat. With magician's speed and sleight of hand, he often has to cheat. A very distant time ago, about 10 years at least, at a carnival with fun in fullest swing, the children gathered round to play a simple game of chance. The madman at the helm, of course, the king. The shrieks and cries of anguish echoed high above the scene. The children were all helpless to his ruse. One by one they went to battle, one by one they played the odds, and one by one they all were told, "It is." Poor little Ukyo, a child of 6 years, the king sent her assets to 0. So she sought out the boy who could dry all her tears, Ranma Saotome, her hero. Brave young Ranma calmly graced the table of the king, fully confident in his attack. But the king would swiftly take the boy for all that he was worth. He even took the shirt from off his back. "You dirty pedophile!" With a surge of male bravado and young prepubescent mojo, on the table, Ranma bet his birthright Tendo Dojo. But the outcome of that game would turn out just the same, and the king would add the deed into his pile. Young Ukyo and her man then concocted a new plan. In desperation, it was pretty vile. The two rambunctious children placed a hit upon their foe. They wrapped him up and tossed him in a ravine. Ranma and Ukyo breathed relief. Their problems now were gone. For 10 long years, the king remained unseen. But the king returned to Tokyo with hard vengeance on his mind. Now Ranma was more wise, a little older. The king was fueled by rage to claim the spoils which he was owed. His fire never flickered, only smoldered. The king wished to pluck up the Tendo Dojo, which was his, and stuff it in his overflowing purse. The Tendo family tried their best to win the dojo back, and their situation only became worse. So we say goodbye to the Tendo Training Hall, and hello to the Casino King Arcade, where the gambling king sits proudly on a throne of solid gold, eyeing up all of the card games that are played. The Tendos and Saotomes bid adieu to their abode and crowded into Ukyo's tiny shack. Their future was a black abyss, their fate was doomed to hell, unless Ranma somehow won the dojo back. Now it's up to Ranma to overthrow his foe and win back the hall of the family Tendo. But before the two can go toe-to-toe, he must have a game plan blow by blow, for in gambling he is a man of much woe, for his technique and strategy honestly blow. Skills of the fist, now that Ranma knows, but his sleight of hand skills are ranked far below what he'll need to win back his rightful dojo. On a soul-searching quest, Ranma must go. He'll train day and night with his friend Ukyo. He'll stare at his cards like a wide-eyed doe until he's a regular card-playing Joe. But before brave Ranma can get to that place, his main obstacle would be his own face. His facial expressions reveal the trace that in his hand of cards, he carried the ace. All of his practice would just go to waste if Ranma can't control the uncontrollable face. Even though he looks the part and calls himself the king, for those of us who are smart enough to look, sitting at the card table and staring at his hand, his face can be read easy as a book. And thus there is a gleam of hope for Ranma's victory, for he to reach a goal unreachable. But Ranma, oh poor Ranma, forget all his strength and skill. When it comes to gambling, he's unteachable. Perhaps this warring duo should stick to baccarat or poker, for in this game of chance they both continually trade the joker. Their final battle will be written in lore as the day two titans met. Mental combat, thinking till it hurts. And the question on our tongues deals not with whom is better, Ranma versus the king. Who's worse? Whatever shall transpire from this ever-complex plot, whomever is called victor in the end. The trickery and deception will always rule his world, the world of he, our ever-kingly friend. For the jack and the ace are in his blood, nothing can slow him down, no matter if he lose or if he win. Wherever in the world a game of chance may be, you can bet your life the king will be dealing in. This has been a Ranma 1/2 Character Profile. Special thanks go out to Sam the Man Cunningham, Shibby Guy 101, Sodor 18, Adizados 13, BMRL Show, Estranged Relative, and Shh227 for the requests.